What if the best advice you've ever received is actually holding you back? You know the one. When things get tough, when life hits you hard, someone looks at you with pity in their eyes and says those two little words, just accept it. For centuries, this has been the gold standard of mental toughness. The Stoics, ancient masters of resilience, built an entire philosophy around this very idea. Endure, withstand, accept what you cannot change. And it's good advice, right? It helps you weather the storm. It stops you from breaking. But what if there's a world beyond just not breaking? What if enduring the storm is actually a trap? Because another philosopher, a man with a wild mustache and even wilder ideas, looked at this stoic acceptance and saw a profound weakness. A quiet poison. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche, and he proposed something far more radical, something dangerous. He didn't want you to just accept your fate. He demanded that you fall in love with it, every single agonizing, beautiful part of it. He called it Amor Fati, the love of one's fate. This isn't just a slight difference in wording. This is a battle for the soul of resilience itself. Stoic acceptance versus Nietzsche's Amor Fati. One teaches you how to be a fortress. The other teaches you how to be a wildfire. To really understand this clash, we need to first give the Stoics their due. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a raging river. The current is powerful, threatening to sweep you away. You can't stop the river. That's outside of your control. The Stoic approach is to become a rock. You plant your feet. You brace yourself. You let the water rush past you. You don't waste energy fighting the current. You focus only on what you can control. Your position, your stability, your inner calm. This is the famous dichotomy of control. For philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, wisdom was about drawing a hard line between what is up to us and what is not. Your judgments, your actions, your will, those are yours. Everything else, the weather, other people, your health, your reputation, it's all external. The goal is tranquility, apatheia, a state of mind unburdened by the chaos of the outside world. You accept misfortune not because you like it, but because fighting it is illogical and exhausting. It's a shield, a damn good one. It allows you to endure immense hardship, to face loss, failure, and pain with a calm, rational mind. You become resilient. You become unbreakable. And for most of history, that was seen as the peak of human strength. But then Nietzsche comes along. He sees this rock in the river and he doesn't see strength. He sees stagnation. He sees a life lived on the defensive. He asks a terrifying question. What good is an unbreakable shield if you never go on the attack? Nietzsche believed that a life spent merely enduring was a life half-lived. He thought this quiet acceptance, this gritting your teeth and bearing it, was a subtle form of resentment. It's the inner voice that says, I don't like this, but I have to put up with it. Deep down, you wish things were different. This secret wish, this quiet resentment, is what Nietzsche called slave morality. It's the mindset of someone who feels powerless, a victim of circumstance. You're reacting to life, not creating it. The world happens to you. So what's his alternative? Let's go back to that river. The Stoic is the rock standing firm. Nietzsche wants you to be the surfer. He doesn't want you to just withstand the wave. He wants you to see it coming, paddle towards it, and ride it with skill and joy. Amor Fati isn't about gritting your teeth. It's about smiling with your whole face. It's the profound, earth-shattering idea that you should not just accept your life but desire it, exactly as it is, exactly as it was, exactly as it will be. Think about the worst thing that has ever happened to you: a failure, a betrayal, a loss. The Stoic mindset says, this was outside my control, I must accept it and remain calm. The follower of Amor Fati says, I needed that. That pain forged me. I would not trade it, because to remove it would be to remove the person I have become. You see the difference? It's active versus passive. It's affirmation versus resignation. The Stoic seeks peace. Nietzsche seeks power, not power over others, but power over yourself. The power to transform every experience, especially suffering, into a source of strength. For Nietzsche, suffering wasn't something to be merely endured. It was the essential ingredient for greatness. He famously said, that which does not kill me makes me stronger. This wasn't just a cool phrase. It was the core of his philosophy. Every obstacle is an opportunity to exercise your will to power, your fundamental drive to grow, expand, and overcome. A life without challenges would create weak, pathetic people. A difficult life, that is the fertile ground for creating something magnificent. The ultimate goal of this growth is what Nietzsche called the Übermensch, or the overman. This is the ideal human who has overcome themselves. They don't follow the herd, they create their own values. This isn't about being a superhero. The overman is simply the person who has become the master of their own life, the artist who sculpts their own soul. And Nietzsche gives us a terrifying test to see if we're on that path. He calls it the eternal recurrence. Imagine a demon appears in your loneliest moment. It tells you that this life, exactly as you have lived it, will repeat. Not once, but countless times over. Every pain, every joy, every thought, every sigh. All of it will return in the exact same sequence with nothing new. What would be your reaction? Would you throw yourself down, gnash your teeth, and curse the demon? That's the reaction of someone who merely endures their life. Someone who secretly wishes it were different. Or would you look that demon in the eye and call it a god? Would you thank it for bringing you the most divine news you have ever heard? This is the response of someone who embodies Amor Fati. To not just be okay with reliving your life, but to crave it, to desire every mistake, every heartbreak, every moment of suffering, because it's all part of the glorious, terrible tapestry that is you. This is the fundamental divide. Stoicism teaches you to be okay with your life. Nietzsche teaches you to want your life so badly you'd live it on an infinite loop. It's the difference between the resigned sigh of, it is what it is, and the triumphant roar of, yes, this is what it is. Okay, this all sounds intense, maybe even a little crazy. How do we actually apply this? How do we move from being a rock to being a surfer? It's a shift in perspective, and it starts with how you frame things. First step, stop seeing obstacles as problems. Start seeing them as ingredients. The question shifts from, why is this happening to me? To, what can this build in me? The Stoic would endure the difficult project. The follower of Amor Fati thinks, good. This immense pressure is exactly what I need to become more disciplined, more creative, more resilient. You welcome the fire because you want to be forged into steel. Second step, take absolute ownership. Amor Fati is incompatible with a victim mentality. You cannot love your fate if you are constantly blaming it on others or on circumstances. Everything that happens is now raw material for your self-creation. Someone betrays you. The Stoic accepts that people can be untrustworthy. The Nietzschean internalizes the lesson, thinking, "Thank you for this lesson in human nature. Thank you for this scar, which will remind me to be wiser." They integrate the experience, making it a part of their strength, not their trauma. Third, and most importantly, practice the eternal recurrence test in your daily life. When you make a decision, ask yourself this powerful question: is this an action I would be willing to repeat for all eternity? This forces you to live with intention, to live a life you would actually choose. It pushes you away from mediocrity and comfort-seeking and towards meaningful, powerful choices. You stop living a life you have to accept, and you start building a life you can't help but love. Now, is Stoicism bad? Absolutely not. It is an incredible operating system for mental health. It provides a foundation of stability that most people desperately need. It can pull you back from the brink of despair. But Nietzsche would argue it's just that, a foundation. It's the starting point, not the destination. It teaches you how to survive, but Amor Fati teaches you how to truly live. It's the difference between being a survivor and being a conqueror of your own life. Stoicism is about finding peace in a chaotic world. Nietzsche's Amor Fati is about finding power in that chaos. It's about dancing on the edge of the abyss, not just standing back from it. It's about looking at the totality of your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the divine, and saying a sacred yes to it all. It's not about being happy all the time. That's a childish fantasy. It's about finding life so meaningful, so valuable in its entirety, that you wouldn't cut out a single second of it, not even the most painful ones. Because those painful seconds were necessary. They were the pressure that created the diamond. They were the darkness required for the stars to shine. To wish them away is to wish away your own strength, your own wisdom, your own identity. So we are left with a choice. We can be the rock in the river, strong, stable, and unmoved, enduring everything life throws at us with a quiet dignity, and there is real honor in that. Or we can choose the more dangerous path. We can choose to love our fate, to see every challenge as a calling, every pain as a teacher, every moment as a necessary note in the symphony of our lives. So the next time life hits you, and that old advice echoes in your head, you have to ask yourself a new question. Will you simply accept it, or will you learn to love it?